at least set it up with jabs. There he did. He threw it again.
Big shot there. It got through.
In the body, Hyman's not able to use that angle or footwork, and that's why he's getting hit with those shots.
Beautiful left.
This card was damn near perfect, just depending on how you guys viewed the fights. Let's start off with Rolly Romero. I thought not only did Rolly need a desperate win for his career, but he also needed to work on a few things inside that gym as far as offense and defense. Obviously, coming off that loss from Pitbull Cruz, he needed to work on his defense major, especially when pressure is against him. And I thought Rolly did a fair/good job with working on his defense. He wasn't being as reckless. He was being cautious. He wasn't just worrying about the type of damage he can do to someone else versus when pressure is against him. I thought Rolly held up pretty fair, pretty good. And like I said, not being as careless. Even the Gervonta Tank Davis fight, he was leaning forward. He was trying to get his big shots off, and he got caught. And I thought that's exactly what Rolly worked on, his offense and his defense. And I thought he was a little bit smarter. He was a little bit more cautious. Like I said, a few improvements to make in order to work his way back up, but I think Rolly's on the right direction. Like I said, Rolly was a lot more cautious. He wasn't as reckless in this fight, still got his big shots off, but was definitely aware of the type of damage that could happen to him as well. Let me know what you guys think about Rolly's performance.
One of the best things that makes Caleb Plant such a good fighter.
Hard left hook, and Caleb Plant nearly slides through the ropes.
No question. That was another.
Given the volume of body shots that he's absorbed, and look at this work from Caleb Plant. Huge shots.
Now let's get to the best fight that was on this card. Caleb Plant versus Trevor Mccum. It's safe to say that Mccum surprised us all with his power and just being the more physical fighter over Caleb Plant. Mccum having much success in the early rounds. In my personal opinion, I thought Mccum dropped Caleb Plant twice. That other third knockdown was just more of like an awkward twist. Mccum had Caleb Plant's arm, and they kind of just twisted awkward, and Caleb Plant fell. In that knockdown that he did score, you guys kind of seen that Mccum hit Caleb Plant in the bicep, and I guess you can say he threw him off balance, but Caleb Plant went back to his corner and said, he just hit me in my arm, I'm good. So I know that wasn't something that Caleb Plant really had to worry about coming into that next round. And here's the difference between someone who's been at that level, someone who has experience, has that IQ, the ring resume, rather he's fallen short or not, and has been in there with the best. Obviously, Mccum having some success in the early rounds, like I stated, and Caleb Plant's boxing wasn't really working out for him. So Caleb Plant had to go in there and make adjustments. He started smothering Mccum against the ropes and just started doing major damage on him. And Mccum didn't really have no answers to that. He didn't make no adjustments to get Caleb Plant off him, to push him off him, to work his way around the ring. Obviously, Caleb Plant's boxing didn't work in the beginning, but like I said, Caleb Plant made those adjustments, started smothering, started wearing him down. You started slowly to see Mccum crumble. Obviously, Mccum still getting those big shots and not really, buzzing Caleb Plant, but just not doing enough success that he had in the early rounds. And I thought Mccum could have capitalized a lot more in the early rounds, could have jumped on Plant a lot more and just really started to let his combinations go. To have, I guess, a better chance in the beginning. But you've seen the IQ, you've seen the ring experience, you've seen the resume of Caleb Plant, and this is what got him the victory. You just see Mccum just starting to be at this level for the first time in his career, and as the rounds go on, Caleb Plant started to make him fade, he started to make him crumble, and like I said, and my prediction was Caleb Plant's either going to make him quit, he's going to stop him, or he's going to knock him out. So that's the difference between the ring experience, the ring resume, rather you falling short or not, and being there for the first time in his career. And that's what got, obviously, Caleb Plant this victory. Just simply outclassed him. Let me know what you guys think about Caleb Plant's performance. Let me know if you guys think Trevor Mccum also still deserves big future fights.
Done? Yeah. Danny, you done?
It's up to him.
It's up to you, baby.
He didn't have it tonight,
Both of them are.
and I don't think he'll ever have it, man. He had a great career, maybe even a Hall of Fame type career. You know, the fighters that he's beaten. He's beaten 10 former world champions. He's fought the best of the
co-main event, Danny Garcia versus Irizlandi Lara. In my personal opinion, I thought this fight was going to be more explosive than what it was, just to these guys being veteran fighters, having the ring experience, having the ring IQ, and I thought this was going to be an explosive chess match. Lara just trying to push the fight as much as he could, putting the pressure on Danny Garcia, and Danny Garcia just didn't have the motivation to engage to make this a big explosive fight. And when Danny Garcia took that knee and he went back to the corner, I don't know if you guys were listening, or I don't know if you guys really heard, but I heard Danny Garcia pretty much say, I'm done. Call it. It wasn't, Garcia's dad the one who called the fight. It was more of Danny Garcia's dad making sure that Danny Garcia just did not want to go back in that ring. And Angel Garcia said, just kept asking him, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you done? Are you done? And Danny Garcia felt comfortable that, you know what, this is most likely it for me. If we do see Danny Garcia retire, we should take nothing away from him from just pretty much, and I don't want to say quitting on the stool, but I mean, Danny Garcia had a hell of a career. You know what I mean? Probably the best at his career at 140, went up to 147, had great opportunities. I thought pretty much fought his heart out against Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, and Earl Spence Jr. Obviously not the way that he wanted to go, but still great opportunities. I thought Danny Garcia capitalized the best way he could on those fights and still made them explosive. And then jumped up to 154, had a fight with Jose Benavidez Jr. I thought looked great, and then obviously this defeat against Irislan Idala. But like I said, overall, I thought Danny Garcia had a Hall of Fame career, and Danny Garcia just not wanting to return during that next round should take nothing away from his career. Like I said, I just wished Danny Garcia would have gave a lot more, especially if this was his last fight. Unfortunately, just the motivation wasn't there. I'm not too sure what went on in the training camp. It could have been the 2-year layoff, and then he came back at 154 and took another 2-year layoff. And I know Danny Garcia is kind of working on the business side of boxing now, so I'm not too sure if he's going to start taking that route. Let me know what you guys think about this fight. Let me know what you guys think about Danny Garcia's career. Is it a Hall of Fame career or not?
You have an opportunity to do so. Here in Las Vegas, Mexican Independence Day weekend. Anniversary of a 23-year-old Canelo being taken to school by Floyd Mayweather. Well, Berlanga looking to try.
The main event, Canelo versus Berlanga. I'll be the first to say this. Berlanga did a lot better than what I expected him to do. I thought 100% Canelo was going to close this fight 9 rounds and under, either with a knockout or stoppage, or Edgar Berlanga just pretty much just quitting on this fight. But, you know, Berlanga kept that confidence during this whole fight. He was a little bit nervous probably of Canelo's power and his counterpunching. I thought after that 3rd round, when Canelo did catch him and Edgar Berlanga went down, I feel like all those nerves went out of him, and he realized, you know what, I was just being a little bit too cautious. I was a little bit too nervous. He caught me with a good shot, but I can handle Canelo's power if I really wanted to, and I thought that's exactly what Edgar Berlanga showed. Maybe let some more combinations go. He has some moments on Canelo where he could have capitalized a lot more as far as offense, but you know, as far as Edgar Berlanga going in there and handling his own, I thought that's exactly what Edgar Berlanga did, and I think he proved that he still deserves big fights in the future. Caleb Plant, Jaime Munguia, Demetrius Andrade, so on and so forth. So I thought Edgar Berlanga proved a lot in this fight. Let me know what you guys think about this fight. Obviously, Canelo still showing up and showing out as he usually does. Let me know what you guys think about Edgar Berlanga's performance too as well. Like I said, I'm very impressed by Edgar Berlanga, and I still think he deserves massive future fights at 168. And I'll catch you guys in the next one now. 1,000 subscribers, guys. Let's keep climbing.